To our first week with a Europe game. We've got Viking Steelers in Ireland, and look at Petey Pie. Pete Prisco with a pair of 11-win weeks in the first 3 weeks to start the year. You're either really good or you're really bad, Pete.
And I got my best bet right. It's a miracle.
Kyle 0-3 in best
You will
bets.
never see an analyst do more research, be more dedicated to the viewership, find more passion in the best bets segment of our show, and have a better record.
You know
than
what?
I will.
You know what? Take it one game,
What a
one
Tim
day.
It's a long season, bro.
Big one this week is Ravens Chiefs on CBS. We also have two games
Hold
on
on,
Monday
man.
Night Football.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I know this. Dude, why? What? Let me back it up.
All right, we're on to our first week with a Europe game. We've got Viking Steelers in Ireland, and look at Petey Pie.
Ireland.
Pete Prisco with a pair of 11-win weeks in the first 3 weeks to start the year. You're either really good or you're really bad, Pete.
And I got my best bet right. It's a miracle.
Kyle 0-3 in best
You will
bets.
never see an analyst do more research, be more dedicated to the viewership, find more passion in the best bets segment of our show, and have a better record.
You know
than
what?
I will.
You know what? Take it one game,
What a
one
Tim
day.
It's a long season, bro.
Big one this week is Ravens Chiefs on CBS. We also have two games on Monday Night Football. 6 unbeaten teams, 6 winless teams,
Six
and
unbeaten.
a winless bets bet.
Who
By
got
the way,
this
if he has
6
if
streak
he has
win,
if he has
man?
another week like that, we might get Leger in here. He might get the Russell Wilson treatment.
That hurts.
All right, let's start with Thursday Night Football. Seahawks at Cardinals. Both teams 2-1, part of a three-way tie for second behind the 49ers. Everybody in that division's above 500.
I think this is going to be a defensive game.
Yeah.
I think both teams have really good defenses, and both teams are limited offensively. Look, Seattle ambushed the Saints last week. That was a perfect storm. You go out, you get all these special teams touchdowns and returns, and next thing you know, you're blowing them out. So it was an easy win. Arizona had a chance to beat the 49ers. I thought their defense did a lot of really good things. Of course, it was against Mac Jones. This will be a tougher challenge. I think getting back home, I love what they're doing on defense. Kyler Murray needs to pick it up and play better. I think he needs more help from Marvin Harrison. I think he
Yes.
does.
It's
a game
I'll
on
take the
both-
Cardinals
for
in
both
this
teams.
one.
I mean, that was my point. You get this guy, Marvin Harrison Jr., he's supposed to be a game breaker for you week in, week out. You can kind of set your watch to what your floor is offensively. He hasn't been that yet. And to your point about Kyler Murray, I need more consistency. I think the Seattle defense is one that's consistent. I'm excited to watch them go win this football game.
I'm curious to see how that game played out. They stress the fact that it's a very defensive game, so I feel like was there a lot of pileups for both teams, like, and how many sacks and pressures the QB had to deal with.
Well, we're on the opposite sides to start.
A couple of streaks going here. Kyler Murray's lost 7 straight to the Seahawks, and the Seahawks have won 7 straight road games. And look what they've done to Kyler Murray since that 2021 season, Pete. You still okay with your pick?
I'm okay with my
Like
pick.
10
I think this is a different Arizona
10 by
team.
12.
I really like what they're doing on defense, and I think they'll limit them on offense. It's going to be a low-scoring game, and I think a mistake will
Turnover will
we'll
determine
win it.
this winner.
Yeah.
And we wondered how Sam Darnold would be, not with the Vikings anymore, Justin Jefferson and that crew, but so far career high 70% completion percentage and 9 yards an attempt this season. All right, that's the Thursday night game. We've got an early morning Sunday game, first game ever in Ireland, and it's the Vikings against the Steelers. Vikings slight favorites here, and it's weird, Pete. This is their first of 2 straight games in Europe.
Yeah, it's going to be a challenge for him. I mean, look, the Jaguars have played 2 in a row in London and England, and it's tough to do. You're there for an entire, 11 days, and it's going to be a real challenge for the Vikings.
Like this game, I mean, like they're traveling all over to Ireland, so travel distance. What do they call that? When you on a plane for a little bit, a long time, and then like you gotta get off the plane and you got like air legs. It's called air legs. Air legs. I don't think it's called air legs. Jet legs, plane legs, something leg like that. Yeah, I'm like Steelers. Steelers is pretty good. Vikings. I'm surprised the Viking is the favorite. For this game. I feel like this game is gonna be like really tough. Both of them is not at home. And the way I seen the Steelers play, I feel like this game will be like a very stop and go type of game.
This is the first one, though, and the first one's usually easier to navigate. The Vikings dominated the Bengals the other day. I mean, everything and anything that could have gone wrong for the Bengals did, and everything that could have gone right for the Vikings did. You got to throw that game out the window. This is going to be a much tougher game. I think what we saw from the Steelers last week, better defense. It wasn't great, but they turned the ball over. They had takeaways, and I think that matters. Rodgers can still throw the football. We saw him throw the game-winning touchdown pass. I'll take the Steelers here. And by the way, Dan Rooney always had strong ties to Ireland, so it'll be interesting how the crowd responds.
I mean, as that, I feel like the favorite for me would be the Steelers in this game. I feel like the Vikings have a little work to do, especially under receiving game. Steelers is very like staccato in their play style. And I think traveling that far of a distance and being in like a whole different, like none of them is at home. So this game will be like a very like level playing field match. And I don't know, I feel like for this one I would take the Steelers too.
To it. I think there'll be a big Steelers crowd.
I love the Vikings in this spot. I just love what Brian Flores does pre-snap to frustrate quarterbacks, after the snap to frustrate quarterbacks. And this will be the real litmus test, because if there's anybody who's experienced enough to see what Brian Flores is doing and not be impacted by it, it's Aaron Rodgers. But it's that defense for the Steelers that might be a little bit over the hill, in my opinion. And while they are the most expensive defense in the National Football League, the dominant forces that we've seen in that defense, they haven't showed up in the big way that we've expected. That we've expected to see the entire defense show up and play like. That being said, I watched the Vikings dismantle the Cincinnati Bengals last week. I'm a firm believer in momentum, and defense travels.
So you got the Vikings.
I love the Vikings.
By the way, so we got our headline from the game. Kyle Long calls out T.J. Watt.
Well, he had his bounce-back game. He had 6 straight games without a sack, and had a couple last game.
Yeah.
You think this defense is fixed, Pete?
No, it's not fixed.
Thank you.
There's other problems there. There's the run defense hasn't been great. The secondary has had busts in the secondary. They have injuries too. There've been some injuries on that side, but everybody has injuries. So he played better last week, and that's big. That's big for them. He has to play big in this game.
All right, you guys opposite sides on the first 2 games.
We like that. That's what we like that way.
And Pete bucking the trends to start too. You saw
These spreads, they lend themselves to.
How many of those trend spreads were played in Dublin?
None.
Okay.
This is the first one.
Let me see here. We got Commandos and Falcons. 2-1, 1-2. Bills and Saints, Chargers, Giants, Titans, Texans. I don't know. Okay, so Commanders and Falcons. I feel like Commanders would like. I feel like I would have to go with the Commanders. The Saints have like mad work to do. The Bills would be the favorite. Chargers and Giants. Now the Giants played pretty well. But the Chargers, oh my gosh, bro. The Chargers is like, they insane, bro. Yo, bro, I don't know what they be feeding them in their locker rooms, but the Chargers, the Texans and Titans. I feel like the Texans. Their running game is pretty good.
How about our early games on CBS?
There it is.
That's a real deep one there for you.
Look at the Bills and Saints. Oh my goodness.
Typo, question mark?
16.5. Wow. And Giants, hey, that line has not moved since we got word that Jackson Dart is going to be the starter for the Giants. Let's start, though, with the Commanders and Falcons. It's the tightest spread of these early games on CBS. Commanders -2.5.
Let me have it. Let me have it.
This Falcons team.
People
I mean,
know. The people know.
What?
What? Go ahead. We
What?
were here last week about Marcus.
So last week I said that the drop-off between Marcus Mariota and Jaden Daniels is not as drastic as those of you at home would imagine that it is, because let's be honest, Jaden Daniels is a game breaker. He's, an MVP type talent. And when you get a backup in there, you're going to have drop-off in the offense. I just think that Marcus Mariota was the perfect guy to back up Jaden Daniels.
15 for 21.
You can see
200
their
yards.
interactions on the sideline. Jaden Daniels knows it like I know it. Marcus Mariota's a dude, and he's lucky to have a veteran in that locker room. That's all. I'm not here to put you in the dirt, Pete.
No, yeah,
Bury him.
Believe me, Marcus Mariota can rub my face in the dirt if he wants to, because I was wrong about that. I didn't think he would play to his level. I also didn't think the Raiders were that bad on defense.
True.
I mean, they're terrible on defense. They're like a free space when you play the Cowboys. I mean, like the Bears last
Do you
week.
see how
The game that I saw, like the first week game that I saw, the Falcons play, I don't know. I felt like I couldn't really judge them based off that game, because I felt like that game was very the two teams were evenly matched. And I don't know, it was mad messy, bro. I felt like niggas was just on the field. They were running the ball, getting touchdowns for sure, but I felt like the two teams playing each other didn't really pose much of a barrier for the other team, because each play yardage was gained, and I didn't see enough defense on the field for me to judge really how the Falcons team is. But that was just week 1, and this is week 4. So but from watching the Commanders, I did see much development for them from their team.
he just set me up for this? Unbelievable. You know those fish at the bottom of the ocean? They got the light that goes out in front of them, and the little fish goes up like, what the hell? And then they get sucked in. That's me right now.
gotcha.
Oh, Pete.
But seriously, if Mariota has to play again, which is possible, now you go out on the road. Now we'll get a better idea what he can do with this offense if he has to. And the Falcons were awful last week. They were awful on offense.
That's putting it lightly. They lost 30-0 to the Panthers.
Michael Penix might be a problem right now. And again, we rushed these quarterbacks. We rushed it. Michael Penix will put up big numbers in this offense. Michael Penix has all those weapons. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to hit those shots down the field to Drake. Well, no, they're not. He's not playing very well. He threw 2 picks last week, 1 for a pick 6 that was just elementary bad football, and you can't do that. So I'm curious to see how he responds. And I think he'll respond. And I think the Falcons will respond. And I'm going to take the Falcons in this spot.
I'm going to be going with the Commanders here. I can't help but think that Dan Quinn has the right structure for success in Washington. They play hard on both sides of the ball. They made the right moves this offseason. You can see it with a guy like Marcus Mariota stepping in, having success. Granted, he doesn't have to go take over the football game, just play on time and in rhythm. They're getting a lot out of their guys, and the question marks in Atlanta are bigger than the answers that I can give you about what.
Yeah, I really want to see how the Atlanta Falcons play against the Washington Commanders here, because I wonder if it's gonna be as fast and all over the place that it was in week 1.
Washington, so I'm going to pick Washington in this spot. I think it's a smart spot.
If they play Jay Daniels, he might switch his pick.
Pete, do you think that the Commanders reached the 10-point mark in this game?
10 points?
Yeah, do you think
Yes.
they scored 10 points?
Yes.
Oh,
The Falcons have lost 8 straight games when allowing 10.
that's crazy.
It's incredible.
I mean, if they don't hold the team to single digits.
I had a lot of Falcons fans in my mention last week about how I was essentially saying there was a lack of talent on that defense, and they were all feeling really good in my Twitter mentions. I hope you are having a great week.
Wow.
I hope you're having a great week.
going
I'm
back
sending my
at 'em.
buddy Marcus down there to whip up on you guys
Wow,
again.
going back out.
Double dipping.
All right.
But he's 8 for 25 with 140
Don't
yards.
care. I'm undefeated here, buddy.
Biggest line of the year coming up next. The Buffalo Bills at home against the winless Saints. The line is 16.5, Pete.
You know, in my world of travel, this is the perfect storm for the Buffalo Bills. West to Seattle, home, east to Buffalo, with a team that didn't play on Sunday. They played last Thursday. It's the perfect storm for the Bills. This is a blowout.
They didn't play.
The Saints aren't very good.
Hold on, why didn't they play? Wait, did they use like what's that shit? They lose like their free week. Oh, I think like every team got like a free week or something. Hopefully they didn't play because it was, I don't know, running some goddamn drills. Jesus.
But offensively, they can't do much. They were bad on special teams. Buffalo's been waiting, sitting there, and yes, you have a tendency sometimes to overlook these teams. I don't think the Bills will. I think Sean McDermott will have them playing good football. Josh Allen's going to put up a big number. I like Buffalo minus the points.
This is the first one you and I agree.
That's I do like on the Saints. I do like that one receiver. That one receiver that was catching all the catches for me. I gotta watch this game. I gotta watch all the games. But like yeah, I don't know. I feel like the Bills gonna get this.
Well,
They're just that much better, and it's simple as that. I mean, Josh Allen can go ahead and cover this spread on his own. I like the Bills. There's a lot of question marks about the teams in the AFC at the top, but the Bills are one where I don't really have many questions because of their quarterback. They can cover this number. Give me Buffalo.
That would be a
longest 14 win streaks. 15. 13. Damn, it's fucking cold up there. That's what it is. It's fucking cold up there, bro. Like, just they get out there and they turn into popsicles, bro.
15th consecutive home win. They'd be one off their all-time record in those early AFC Championship glory days with Jim Kelly and company. The Saints, by the way, have won their last 4 trips to Buffalo. They haven't lost there since '83, but haven't been there since Josh Allen.
Drew Brees ain't running out of that tunnel, Chris.
no, he's not.
Carl Nicks ain't running out of that tunnel.
Who's running out the tunnel for the Giants this weekend as a starter? Jackson Dart.
Oh, yeah.
At home against the 3-0 Chargers. Not the
Oh, bro. Got the Chargers. But like, by that much? Like, what? Like, I don't know. For some reason, I do take the Chargers in this game, but I don't think it would be by that much, though. I feel like the New York Giants is gonna put up like a big fight. I think the Giants got a good game going. Their defense is pretty good. I really want to see the defense. I mean, like, their offense is pretty good. I want to see the defense on the Chargers side and see like the percentages of the throws that do connect, because they do be coming out of nowhere. Like, when the catch is thrown, like, it's like they just want you to catch the ball. So I do want to see how the backfield defense of the Chargers play against the New York Giants in this game.
Deal place to start a rookie here, Pete, but they had to do this with the way Russell Wilson had been playing.
They didn't want to do it this spot. I guarantee you. They wanted to wait till next week when they played the Saints. But you had to do it after watching Russell Wilson. I mean, that was a how not to play quarterback. This is what that was. If you could put that in a book and give that to every young quarterback, this is what you're not supposed to do, because he did it. Threw 2 bad picks, threw more passes to the goalpost than he did to Malik Neighbors. I mean, he was awful. It was just a terrible showing. I've been calling for this since the preseason, because you always play the kid. And I think it's good to see him play. This is a tough spot, though. That defense is really good. Jesse Minter does a lot of good things. They keep everything in front. They throw different coverages at you. They change it up. Derwin James can do so many different spots, play in so many different spots. This is going to be a real challenge for Jackson Dart. But it's the right thing. I think he struggles. I don't think he's going to make great plays. He'll make some plays with his legs. But I think the Chargers are really good on defense. And Justin Herbert is playing at an unbelievable level right now, leading the league in passing. And for me, I'm all about the Chargers in this game. I think it's going to be an easy game for them. I think they blow them out.
Where is the big advantage in this matchup, Pete? It is Justin Herbert at quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. He's played like an MVP. And if you are the New York Giants, what can you hang your hat on? It's that front four. It's your ability to get after the quarterback. You can take away the strength or hinder the strength of the Chargers if you win some of those one-on-ones. And I firmly believe that's where the New York Giants think that they do have a chance. I could see the Giants covering this number, but I am going to pick the Chargers. I've been so impressed with Justin Herbert. I've been so impressed with their willingness to let his freak flag fly and play the game that is best for him, which is downtown Julie Brown, big throws, getting outside the pocket, extending plays, and breaking the back of the defense with his legs.
Plus, there's a lot of people now happy that O'Marion Hampton's going to be getting more carries. Yeah. So that's
I heard that.
Yeah, you heard that.
Would you have still picked the Chargers -6.5 if Russell Wilson was starting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
just-
the line might have, well, 6.5 hasn't moved, so that tells you
Right.
what they think.
You got to
Michael
play. You got to play keep away on this Chargers team because they can strike fast on offense. Cam Scatterbo is going to be one sore brother next
Yeah,
week.
they're going to beat him up a little bit.
Oh, man. All right, let's move on to the most surprising 0-3 team in football. It's not the Titans, it's the Texans. And the Texans are playing the Titans this week. The 2018 Texans, the only team since 1998 to start 0-3 and make the postseason. Can this Texans team do it?
Hell no. They'll be lucky to win 6 games. You look at their schedule, it's brutal. But this will be one they win. The Titans are even worse. Look, the Texans' offensive line is awful. The Texans' quarterback is not playing well. Other than Nico Collins, they don't have a lot of weapons, and they can't run the ball. You add that up, and it's going to be a bad offense. But their defense is really good, and they do a lot of creative stuff on the defensive side of the ball. They get after the quarterback. They got people who can hit him. They got guys in the back end who can cover. Stingley's a little banged up. That's something to keep an eye on. But when you look at this team, they're really good on defense and bad on offense. The Titans aren't good on defense, and they're not good on offense. I think this is a tough challenge for them. I'll take the Texans in this spot.
If both teams are struggling, I will go with the team that has the better roster and is better coached. In my opinion, I'm right, and it's the Houston Texans. And C.J. Stroud's the better quarterback, albeit there's some talent there on the other sideline for the Titans. I just think that rush group for Houston, that coordinator, their head coach in Houston, they're going to make things tough for that young quarterback. Give me the Texans.
He's not playing well. Cam Moore's not playing well. And that, look, you put a young quarterback in there with a bad roster, that's going to happen. And he's not playing very well.
And a coach who doesn't know the rules.
Right. And learn the rules.
Now playing one of the best defenses in football as well. NFL Today Plus on the road.
Yeah.
Once
Going to
again
Kansas
this week.
City. Going to go eat some ribs, see some
what
old
kind of crazy
friends.
thing you going to do
Which
this week?
barbecue place you going to do?
There's a lot of spots out there, okay?
Yeah,
Q39, Jack Stack. You can go down to Joe's, the gas station.
Yeah,
That's
get
my
'em all.
favorite spot. Go get you
I
a
heard the gas stations.
Z-Man.
I heard the gas stations. I've never eaten the gas
Get a
station.
Z-Man sandwich.
Supposed to be the best.
They drizzle a little gasoline on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Light a fire.
And then
Both ways.
The games. Eagles, Buccaneers. Yeah, wait, hold on. Was that the team that they was versing? The Falcons? Was it versing the Buccaneers? Was it the Buccaneers? Eagles, Buccaneers. We got Browns, Lions, Panthers, and Patriots. Okay, the first one. Eagles versus the Buccaneers. I take the Eagles. I take the Eagles minus 6.5 for me. And the Browns and the Lions. The Browns have a pretty good game. The last game that I saw with versus the Bengals, like they were playing very, very nice. Like I like how that game played out. In week 1. The Lions. I feel like the Lions defense is pretty good. Lions defense is pretty good, but I feel like this game would be. I feel like this would be a good game to watch. It'll be a very good game to watch. I feel like defense on like rushing the ball. The wide receivers are gonna have like a little tough time getting some yardage, but I do think the Lions might get this one. And the Panthers versus the Patriots. I'm liking how the Patriots are playing it.
Hey, that game, by the way, the where NFL Today and NFL Today Plus will be, is in the late window on CBS. Ravens Chiefs, a big game in the early window between the Eagles and the Bucks.
Huge.
The only matchup between unbeaten teams this week, 3-0 versus 3-0. They did it in pretty similar ways last week, needing late comebacks to win those games. Jalen Hurts, though, 1-4 in his career against the Bucks. They have had something for him. Do they have it for him in this game?
I'm worried about the Bucks because of the injuries.
Mike Evans is out.
Mike Evans with the hamstring, the offensive line. If they get Wirfs back, and that's a big if this week, I think that really solidifies the offensive line. You can move guys around. You can move Graham Barton back to center, which is where he should play, and you can move Ben Bredesen back to left guard, which is where he should play. And I think that improves the offensive line.
Seems like the Buccaneers are very good on their home turf. Listen, fans will be cheering. Just keep cheering them on. Like the Buccaneers receivers might have a little bit of tough time in this game.
Wirfs isn't in there. It's going to be a problem against the Eagles. But I think this Bucks team is charmed a bit. And I think their talent is better. And I said this all offseason. When I went there in May, I went there in July. They were talented across the board. Backups, depth, everything. We're seeing that now. So I think they can navigate through this. I'm going to take the Bucks. I know, look, I didn't like what I saw from the Eagles. You know, Saquon Barkley, 3.3 per rush. 3.3 per rush in 3 games. Now, you can blame Lane Johnson not being there last week, but he was there the first 2 weeks. He had a lot of carries last year. You got to start worrying about that. Is he the same guy? We never know. And it's only 3 games, so the sample's out there. But I'm going to take the Bucks in this spot. I think they find a way to win this game.
This is the one where I could literally stare into the camera and just sit here in silence because I could go.
It's a tough pick.
I could go either way on this thing. And the way that the Eagles
That wouldn't be good for the
special
show.
team, it's the way that the Eagles special teams and their defense have found a way to bail them out of football games, and obviously A.J. Brown comes out with a hulking second half for the Eagles. We're all wondering where the hell A.J. Brown went, and then he just shows up and makes manimal play after manimal play. It's the same way I feel about the Bucks, though. At the end of the game, if there is oxygen left in the building, Baker Mayfield's going to breathe it and make something happen for his team. Give me the Buccaneers in this game against a team that I have picked to repeat in the Super Bowl. But we know that the Eagles will get better throughout the course of the year. The Bucks are going to be good the whole way. I like the Bucks.
Make the pick as if you were just staring at the camera. How would you do it?
Bucks. Bucks minus 3.5.
The mummy.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, you guys have the Bucks covering. Do
Yeah.
either one of you have the Bucks outright winning?
I can
have
see
them
the Bucks winning.
I have them winning.
Winning?
Winning.
And at this point in the season,
Have you seen the new
it's going
Charlie Sheen
to
doc?
be pretty humid.
Not yet. Why?
Oh, it's good.
Winning.
Watch it. Winning.
Winning.
I don't know if I see them winning. I feel like this could be a very close game. Could be a very close game. I don't know if I feel like they might. I feel like it would either like end in a draw or like, and then they gotta go to overtime for a little bit. But I still see the Eagles coming out like on top, just maybe like by like a hair.
Winning here, winning there.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be an upset if the Bucks can pull that off. Let's go to another game at 1 o'clock Eastern time. The Lions, off a really big win against Baltimore, 8.5-point favorites against the Browns.
No
coming off a
gimmies.
really big win
No gimmies.
against the Packers. Browns have never beaten the Packers and Lions in the.
But this game, I like the way the Browns is playing. They know how to move that ball. They know how to like push through them lines. You feel me? Like especially they going down the center, know how to push through that. I feel like this is another game that might be close to. But the Lions are very favored in this one. But like I don't know. I feel like this game is it's going to be like a very close game. I'm very curious to see how the Browns play against the Lions, if like their play style changes versus them. I feel like versus this game, I feel like the Browns might have like to rely a bit more under defense and offense.
Same season.
Wow.
Wow, that's an incredible stat.
That is incredible.
It really is, considering they used to play each other a lot back in the day. Look, I liked what I saw from the Lions. That was fantastic. And you, as an offensive lineman, they road graded the Ravens, just ran it at will, over 200 yards. You do not do that against the Browns. This Browns defense is so good right now. They hold everybody in check offensively. They did it to the Ravens the week before. They did it to the Packers last week. And I think they're going to limit the Lions a little bit in this one. They're not going to stop them. They're not going to, keep them out of the end zone. And I do think they'll make some plays. The Lions play great defense Monday night. I don't know if they can do that consistently with the roster the way it is right now. I do think that Flacco will hit a couple shots down the field on them. I'm going to take the Browns to hang around in this game.
Are you kidding me?
The defense is keeping them in the games.
You dog.
Myles Garrett, baby. Myles Garrett.
Tell you what, I was having this conversation on the pod earlier. Is there another guy at their position who is better than everybody else, like Myles Garrett in the National Football League? You know what the answer was that I got from Renner and Acosta? Fred Warner was the other name. Myles Garrett is that much better than everybody. But you know what? I also think the Lions are that much better than the Browns. Give me Detroit. They looked fantastic.
Short week, though.
Don't
Prisoner of
care.
the moment.
Dan Campbell doesn't believe in days, hours, or minutes. He just believes in running the damn ball, Pete. So I fully anticipate
It's going to be
Lions
tough
will
to
win
run the
this
ball
game.
on this team. This defense is really good.
They're going to do it.
It'll be
Number
like
one
a good
defense in
game.
football,
I feel like it's
right?
gonna be a
For
good
3
game.
games.
They're going to do it.
We're going to do one more game in the early window. It's the Panthers coming off a 30-point win in New England against the Patriots. Pete, the line is 5.5.
Yeah, and the line just reeks of they want you to take the Panthers. I mean, you see a team that played that good, 30-0, played that good on defense, and you had a Patriots team who turned the ball over a bunch. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson fumbled twice. It was a disaster across the board. Drake May fumbled. I think they're going to rebound here, and I think they find a way to win this game.
I saw Drake May hit the turf with the back of his head last week.
You thought he had a concussion.
Very hard.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll use the C word, but I'll say he got his bell rung. And if you've been around a locker room, you've been on some fields, you know bell rung, that's not good. I want to see how he comes back from this, because I know that sometimes those weeks seem even shorter after you get your bell rung. I am going to be picking the Patriots here, because I'm not sold on the Panthers yet at all, even though last week was an anomaly against the Falcons. Give me the Patriots.
Smelling salts. Get back in the game.
Yeah, well, they banned those, Pete.
Yeah, I know. Well, they didn't ban them. You can bring your own.
You got to bring your own.
Yeah, I saw, who was it? It was Jamar Chase down 40 points, ripping the smelling salts before going out there. I was like, that's when you need it.
Yeah, right.
Down 40, yeah. And the Panthers looking to put back-to-back games together for Bryce Young. Pete, coming off an 11-win week, is kind of going against Kyle on a lot of these picks earlier. They agreed on Bills, Chargers, and Texans. But Pete's on the Falcons instead of the Commanders in the early slate on CBS. And there we go with the Bucks, Browns, and Patriots.
8.5, man. 8.5.
Yeah, Pete. You're
A lot of
you're up.
lumber.
Colts versus the Rams, Jaguars, 49ers, Ravens, Chiefs, Bears, and Raiders. Okay. Now we have the Colts and the Rams here. Colts, first week game. Very nice, very fluid. I feel like between the two teams, I feel like the LA Rams team collectively, is just a little bit tad better. I would take the Rams for this game. But the Colts got a 3-0-1 lead though. So I really want to see how they're gonna play in this game for sure. Yeah, I would take the Rams. I'll take the Rams for this game. But the Colts are pretty good. I like how they throwing the ball. And their offensive line is pretty good in giving their QB time to scan. The Jaguars and the 49ers, 2-1, 3-0. San Francisco is killing it. Holy shit. But the Jaguars is in a pretty good spot too. Definitely the 49ers. I take the 49ers at like a 2.5. The Ravens, and Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like these two teams right here is like a pretty good match for each other. I don't know exactly who's gonna like win this game, who's gonna come out top of this game. I feel like this game is gonna be a little bit convoluted and all over the place, but I don't know. For this one, I'm feeling the Chiefs. I'm feeling the Chiefs for this one, but I do feel the game is gonna be a little bit convoluted and all over the place though. I think for this game we're really gonna have to watch how the receivers are hitting their spots and the QBs throwing to their targets. I don't know. I feel like there might be a lot of like interceptions and flags in this game. The Bears and the Raiders. I don't know. Everybody was hyping up the Bears, like it was like, oh my God, the Bears. But like, I don't know, the Bears seem like pretty good. I feel like the Bears are gonna be good in this season. The Raiders, though, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna take the Raiders for this game, and because they played against the Patriots, and in week one, and like not only was that game very entertaining and very fun, like it was a really good game. Like it really like showed me like their different strengths and weaknesses in that game. So I would definitely take the Raiders. At minus 1.5 definitely.
You're a defensive team.
I know. All right, late afternoon games on Sunday. We've got 2 games on CBS. Most of the country is going to get the Ravens and the Chiefs, and Baltimore is the road favorite here. That's where we're going to start. We're going to pick the biggest brand matchup of the week. Kyle is going to be in Kansas City for this one for the NFL Today Plus. The loser falls to 1-3.
The loser's in big trouble. You look at the Ravens might be in not as bad situation because of their division, because no Joe Burrow, the Steelers, the Browns.
Sure.
And you look at the Chiefs, they need this game a lot more. They really do, because you look at their division, you have the Chargers, who are undefeated, beat you, the Broncos, who are 1-2, but they're a good football team. So I think they're the team that needs us more. This is basically going to come down to which unit that hasn't played that well plays better, because the Ravens defense hasn't been good. We saw that Monday night against the Lions, and the Chiefs offense has not been good all year. So which one plays better? And when in doubt, I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes in that situation. I think he plays well here. And by the way, the Chiefs defense is playing well the last 2 weeks. They've done a really nice job. Spagnuolo will have something for Lamar Jackson, who didn't look good the other night. He did not look good. Early in the game, he looked great. Then all of a sudden, he started holding on to the ball. He did not look good. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in this one.
This feels sacrilegious to say, but I'm going to have to go with the Ravens. And I feel like there's too much on Patrick Mahomes right now. And I thought that there was really no weight that would be too much for his shoulders. But you take a look at the way the Chiefs are getting this thing done offensively. Patrick Mahomes leads the National Football League in rushing yards for a quarterback. All their success in throwing the ball is because of Herculean efforts on his part. I think at a certain point, you got to just say the Ravens have a better team right now, and they're better suited to win. Give me the Ravens in Kansas City. It's brutal to say. I'm going to be there, and as a former Chief, it sucks to say. But it's just where we're at in the season right now.
I didn't like what I saw.
I feel like definitely I'm still taking the Chiefs because like week one, them versing that those Chargers, they really like stood their ground to the Chargers. Like the way I've been seeing the Chargers playing, and Kansas City going up against them, like I don't know, the way I saw them playing, I felt like that game would be a little bit more closely, like towards the end of it. There was a little wide gap, but the way they stood up against the Chargers, I feel like the Chiefs got this one.
It's off on the Ravens defense at all.
No, they need to they got to wake up some of their stars.
Yeah.
And I think last night will be a wake-up call for them, and it has to be because it's a quick turnover in this league. You're going to be at Arrowhead in 6 days playing against the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs.
If you fall to 1-3 and you're Kansas City, and all of a sudden you're 3 games behind the Chargers,
You bench
in the
Mahomes.
division, how much more difficult does that become? Because at that point, you're basically saying that AFC is not going through Arrowhead this season.
It's not. If they don't win this game, it's not going through Arrowhead. If the Ravens don't win this game, it's not going through Baltimore. I mean, that's basically what this game comes down to. Because Buffalo has a really easy schedule. Had already beat Baltimore. They play Kansas City in a couple weeks. So, if either one of these teams, whichever team loses, the AFC is not going through there, and you're going to be in big trouble winning your division. At least the Chiefs would.
Yeah. Neither Jackson nor Mahomes have ever started his NFL season 1-3. One of them, barring a tie, is going to do that in this one. Once again, Kyle Long will be there with the NFL Today Plus. Other game on CBS at 4:25 Eastern Time is out in Vegas. It's the Bears. Oh, it's another 1.5 point spread involving the Chicago Bears.
Well, how's that work?
Well, last week.
CeeDee Lamb, dude. CeeDee Lamb screwed our best bet.
But you had, what was the pick again? He had.
My bet was that Cowboys would cover the 1.5 and the Bears would win the game.
Bears did win the game.
And I got half right.
Right. Yeah. The Bears won the game.
I give a lot of credit to that team for showing up and playing what seemed to be a real motivated brand of football. It was clear Ben Johnson called out his team through the media last week. We're not practicing with a championship effort or levels that match a championship level team. And, I don't know if it was because the Cowboys are so bad on defense or
I'm surprised that for this game. I'm surprised there's much doubts on the Raiders to win this game. I feel like the Raiders are gonna do pretty well in this game, and I feel like the point gap might be a little bit wider. Curious to see this game and see how the Bears play against the Raiders, but I don't know. I feel like the Raiders, from what I've seen week one, the team they have a pretty good team. I don't know. I feel like I'll take the Raiders at maybe -3.
it was because some things were said to the Bears. We're going to find out more about the Bears this week, but I am picking Chicago on the road to put up a lot of points, and it's going to get what?
Loose! I agree with you on that one, by the way. I think it's going to get really loose, and I think what we saw from Ben Johnson, he went into the bag. He pulled out a bunch of stuff out of the bag that he had in there, and it worked. But it was a 7-on-7 game. I mean, the Cowboys can't cover anybody. They don't rush the passer. They're slow. They play like they're in concrete in the secondary. It's just an awful, awful defense right now.
Guys were so open. Caleb thought he was at USC.
Well, this is how bad it was. Russell Wilson lit him up.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. The guy's getting benched, and he lit them up. That's how bad that defense is. So I think the Bears will play good on offense because, the other side's not very good either. Right?
Well, the defensive side for the Raiders, not great on the back end. But then, people have a lot of questions about Ashton Genty, this identity for the Raiders offense. And I will say this, until you start blocking people with your offensive linemen,
the other
Ashton
side
Genty's
is
not going to be able to have success.
I mean, Marcus Mariota looked good last week. I mean, so they're not good. They're not good on defense either. I think it gets loose, but I'll take the Bears in this spot. I worry about the Raiders.
Okay, now I just want to be clear. You both have the Bears winning as well, right?
Yes.
Not losing by one.
We got to do that with him every week because you never know.
Bears win.
All right, let's go to a really good one at 4:05 between the unbeaten Colts and the 2-1 LA Rams. The Colts with the most points through 3 games, Peter, since you were a wee pup. 1967.
They were in Baltimore.
And Johnny Unitas was the quarterback.
Correct.
That's what Daniel Jones is doing right now.
And I remember watching those teams as a kid.
Danny Unitas.
Huh? Well, no, he's Indiana Jones. That's what they call him.
It kind of feels.
It kind of feels.
Yeah. Nobody was as cool as Indiana Jones.
No. Well, and Daniel Jones has beaten 3 teams that are combined 1-8. I mean, I don't want to be the guy that rains on their parade, but he's played good football. Give him credit. He's done a lot of good things, and this is the spot where we find out if he's this new Daniel Jones or he's going to be the old Daniel Jones. We don't know yet. They beat the Dolphins, who are terrible. They beat the Titans, who are awful. And they beat the Broncos, who might not be as good as we thought they were going to be. And so now they go out west and they play the Rams on the road. Tough game, good defense, going to be stingy. I'm going to take.
Supposed to, their team does need work, but the QB does get the ball to the targets. I know. I feel like this game might be. I still. I think the Colts. I'm gonna go off a limb here and say the Colts. I'm gonna say the Colts. Take the Colts for this game. I think they're gonna put up a very good fight against the LA Rams, and I think they might even win the game.
The Rams in this spot because this is the cynic in me. Daniel Jones can be a decent quarterback, but he isn't playing like he's been playing for over the course of the season. I think it starts to come back down a little bit to earth, and I'm going to take the Rams.
We're going to find out just how good this offensive line is, because that's what I've bragged about with the Indianapolis Colts, their ability to beat you on land or through the air, because Daniel Jones has been able to have success in the passing game as a result of blocking guys up in the running game, handing Jonathan Taylor the football, and being able to get the respect from the defense that's required of you to have those snap, set, throw type offensive plays from Shane Steichen and Daniel Jones. Look, they're not asking him to reinvent the wheel.
No.
They're asking him to get the ball out, take the ball up
He's
the court.
averaging 9 yards in a
Take the ball up the court and throw to the guy who's open. That's what we're doing here. We're not trying to go alley-oops up under the basket. It's pretty simple.
You mentioned the offensive line.
I got the Rams.
You mentioned the Rams. You mentioned that offensive line, though. You know who's in the middle of that line? Bortolini!
Yeah, good Paisan.
Paisan in the middle of that line.
Everybody needs a Paisan.
He's playing good, too.
Yeah.
All right, so you're both on the Rams.
Yeah.
Minus the 3.5.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a really good game.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a really good game.
Fun to watch.
We got the Jags and Niners as well. This is the 3.5-point spread.
I don't know
Santa
what the hell's
Clara.
gonna happen here.
I mean, as of Tuesday, Brock Purdy's status is still up in the air. The Niners continue to win with Mac Jones, but now they're without Bosa the rest of the year.
Without Bosa, and he and Fred Warner are the heartbeat of that defense, and with him out there, they don't have any real true guy that you got to come to the line of scrimmage and say, look, we got to keep an eye on him rushing the passer. They have a lot of young guys that are going to be playing, that have played, that are going to be good, but they're not good yet. That's a problem.
What is the Jaguars streak?
Jacksonville hasn't really played that well on offense yet, and I think they have a game where it's coming. This might be it. In fact, this game might be a little high scoring, depending on who plays quarterback. If Purdy plays quarterback, it will be. If Mac Jones plays quarterback, remember where he played last year. He played in Jacksonville. He was horrendous when he played in Jacksonville. He wasn't great last week. He's not a good quarterback. I think he could have problems. I think Jackson will find a way to win this game. They're physical on the offensive line, which is something that they've instilled in that team, and it'll show up here. So
Turning teams over this year. Look at that. What a turnaround.
the only problem they've always had problems in California. They don't win in California.
Everybody has problems in California.
No, in their history, they don't win in California. I think they've won once in their history in California. That's a problem.
Well, Jaguars, they're not a native species to Golden State. I will say this. Nick Bosa out. Yeah, it's going to affect your ability to get to the quarterback, but it's not like sacks have been the issue for Jacksonville. You know what the issue's been? They have time to throw. They throw it to an open guy, and they can't catch it. Once they figure out some of these, I don't even know, lack of attention to detail type drops from their star players who you build your offense around, this team could become dangerous because they got guys who can protect. They've got a quarterback who I've been told is a generational player.
Hadn't played like
for the last 10 years. Let's put it all together, but I don't want it all to be on Trevor Lawrence because you go watch some of the lack of success. There's concentration drops, all that stuff existed.
A lot of stories out there about Travis Hunter and how he's not making an impact. He made a huge impact on the defensive side the other day. He was fantastic as a corner.
Keep him over there.
But I think he's going to start playing more offense. De'Ami Brown's got a banged-up shoulder, and they need to get him involved in the passing game. You saw the one play, he caught the little short pass the other day, boop, 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 and made it into 20 yards. They need to get him involved in the offense. I think this week they do.
Do you think that takes away some of his defensive snaps, or will
Steelers
he still stay up?
and
No, I
Vikings.
think he's going to play a lot more on offense. He's going to continue to
playing
play
right
on
now.
defense.
He is built different, man.
He really is. He's a good cornerback.
Very close.
Those are the 4 p.m. games on Sunday with the
2
guys
minutes
betting
left.
against a couple of the unbeaten teams, betting against the 3-0 Colts, betting against the 3-0 49ers. They're on opposite ends of that Ravens-Chiefs game. Loser going to 1-3. All right, let's get to the primetime games. Sunday night football.
Sunday.
On paper, going into the season, this looks real tasty,
Packers
especially
and
after the Micah
Cowboys.
Parsons trade. The Cowboys look terrible, and the Packers just completely blew it last week against the Browns. But
What?
Micah Parsons' revenge game. What does that mean, Pete?
Oh, nothing. But here's the problem. The offensive line was awful. I mean, this is a unit you went out and spent a bunch of money on your left guard. You moved your left guard to center. You thought you were bigger, stronger, and more athletic, and they got dominated last week. And if the offensive line, because Jordan Love was sacked 5 times and was brutalized in that game. If you can't protect him, you're going to have problems. I think they'll play better here, though. That's a better group than what they showed last week. I think they'll play better, and I think Jordan Love will play better. Again, it's a 7-on-7 game when you're playing against that Cowboys defense. Who covers anybody on the back end? Nobody.
Are they going from the best defense in football, the Browns, to the worst in the Cowboys?
Yes.
Yes.
That's basically what they're doing. And Jordan Love will light them up. And Micah Parsons, with the lead, will get some sacks, and it'll be a revenge game. Packers blow them out.
They said they put a hole in the top of the stadium so God could watch. I would say shut the roof this week. It's going to be a lot of Jordan Love and the Packers.
We'll still see it, though.
He can see everything. Omniscient, omnipotent. I'm sorry, but you get the point I'm making. The Packers are going to roll after the embarrassment against the Browns.
That was the old stadium when they were good, by the way.
Yeah, they tore that thing down like you were in diapers.
Packers, Cowboys, past 5 meetings.
No.
No, I've been there a bunch. So.
I'm talking about Kyle,
Oh,
not
yeah,
you.
oh, yeah.
Well, you'll be in diapers again soon.
Goo goo gaga.
That's at least a few years down the road.
I was in diapers when the Dallas Texans were playing.
All right, that's the Sunday Nighter. We also have game day recap.
Where's Rand?
Coming up?
Look at the promo shot.
Wait,
Pete.
they haven't put Rand in there yet?
No, because they've been trying, and believe me, he knows because we bring it up every week.
Pete, you look great.
Yeah, I look nice in that picture.
Yeah, I like how they made you taller so that your head is at the same
You look
level as
friendly,
everyone
actually.
else.
I do. I'm a nice guy. I'm friendly.
Nice guy, Pete. Game day recap, Sundays at 8:30 Eastern Time. Everything that went down earlier on Sunday, Pete and the gang will get to. 2 Monday night games, but don't call it a doubleheader. It's not a doubleheader. This game kicks off at 7:15, the other one an hour later. This one is Jets, Dolphins.
Can we do 5:15, 6:15?
That would be better for us on the East Coast.
Yeah, but 2:15 on the West Coast.
Come on.
They're working.
They're not
Pete,
working.
This is
They're not working.
far from the days of the early days of Monday Night Football when you had great matchups.
I don't know who's gonna take this game. I feel like this game. I don't. Shit. I feel like the Dolphins is a potential team that the Jets could play. And I think like the Dolphins for the Jets in this game, the Dolphins and the Jets are like this game right here could be like a very good showdown. I would. Come on, bro. I gotta love you. Look at the win streaks right now, bro. Where the Dolphins at? Dolphins at, man. Where Dolphins? Dolphins. Monday night. They're playing Monday. I mean, listen, they have some time to rest up, and so I think I'm gonna take Jets minus 1.5. We'll take Jets minus 1.5.
This is 0-3 against 0-3. Just the third time in Monday Night Football history we've seen something like this.
It's the third time ever
That we've had teams 0-3 or worse matching up against each other.
Don't look ahead to the next couple weeks, too.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, bad. But when you
scary.
looked at this game before the season, did anybody think it was going to be a big game?
No.
So it's bad. It's worse than we thought it was going to be, but it's bad. This is a survival test. If the Miami Dolphins lose this game, I think there could be possible changes. and we'll see what the crowd is like. The crowd could be better because the Jets are playing and you get some New Yorkers in there.
Oh yeah, all those New Yorkers will be in there hooting and hollering.
But
They're everywhere, dude.
the Jets aren't very good either. So in this spot, I think the Dolphins will respond at home. And they have added rest. That helps you. You also, the Jets are playing back-to-back road games in the state of Florida. They lost last week. They weren't very good against the Bucs and somehow found themselves in the game. I don't think they're going to play well here. I'll take Tua and Miami Dolphins.
If Tua and the Miami Dolphins are able to generate an offense early, the Jets will have to get out of their offensive comfort zone and throw the ball down the field. If that's the case, give me the Dolphins.
Yes, man.
Save the job another week.
Another week, yeah.
Well, because if he gets blown out or something happens, I think this is the one. You can't lose this game to the Jets. You just can't.
Let's hope the second Monday night game is better. It's the Bengals in Denver against the Broncos. Broncos favored by 7 points here. Both of these teams down bad. I mean, we know what's going on. Bengals coming off their worst loss in franchise history. Broncos have lost back-to-back games in the final seconds on a field goal.
Well, and Bo Nix is not playing like they expected Bo Nix to play. He hasn't taken his game to the next level, and that's the concern with the Broncos right now. Sean Payton does a great job of scheming stuff open, and he schemed a bunch of stuff open, and he missed them the other day. He missed a lot of big throws. He hits those, they might win that game, and he did miss them. But I think he'll respond here. The Bengals were a disaster last week. Now they're out on the road on the second straight week with a backup quarterback who's not very good, just like I said in this spot last week.
Good at home. Good at home.
And Bengal fans went nuts when I said that. Remember, he was 4-3 when he played. What did I say? Not very good. He's not very good. He's just a guy. And you're going to see that again in this game. I'll take the Broncos.
Last week when the Vikings and the Bengals played, I was talking to Roma before the show, and I was like, I know the Minnesota Vikings can run the ball. I don't know if the Bengals can run the ball. And if the Bengals can't run the ball, they are in deep water swimming with sharks. And when you're going against the Denver Broncos and you can't run the football and you got Jake Browning as your quarterback, you are in deep, deep water with the Sharks. Give me the Broncos.
Nick Bonito made Joe Alt look.
He jumped the snap. I saw the play.
He got two of them.
It was on. You're talking about the silent count one where Joe Alt got out of his stance late. The center had to pop back. That is just, it looks a lot worse than it is.
Pete used to do a segment on this show called the Spinning Top of the Week. Where he would highlight the worst
Was I ever on it?
No.
Okay. He had to think about it.
He was too scared to do it this year, though, because we have an offensive line.
No, I wouldn't. We haven't done it in a couple of years.
No,
We'll
he
do
was
it.
Too scared.
Michael Jordan retired the trophy,
Pete.
remember? He won it like 3 times in a year, and now he was starting for the Bucks until he got hurt last week.
Boy, a bunch of primetime international games this week. We've got 2 games on Monday Night Football. Of course, we've got Sunday night. We've got the Ireland game and Thursday Night Football going from back to front. Let's recap the picks here from old Petey Pie and Kyle, and they agree on the final 3. Packers -6.5 against the Cowboys. Dolphins -2.5 against the Jets, first Monday night game, and then Denver -7 at home against Cincinnati in the second Monday night game. All right, that brings us to best bets. Well, I mean, look, we're all
A lot of season left.
we're combined 3 and 9.
Yeah.
You're like me last year.
Yeah.
We got to turn this around. We got to turn it around.
Oh!
It's Pete's spinning top of the week, and it's
That's
Kyle Long
great.
for being 0-3
That's great.
in best bets.
We might cut you next week.
That's good stuff.
Leger, you're in.
I'll see you in the playoffs.
Hey, I'll start it because I'm actually picking the last game we talked about, Broncos-Bengals, and I'm going Broncos -7 because it just feels like that's a get-right game for a Broncos team that many think
I like that.
I like that too.
Can go deep into
So
the postseason.
you know what happens when we all like one?
I
It's
know.
It's in the toilet.
And you got to also think Cincinnati flying from sea level to a mile high.
Yeah,
it takes a lot of effort. They're going to have low energy when they get there.
I did.
Plus, they're not very good.
Jake Browning's going to throw a few more interceptions in that game, I'm sure, against a really good defense. So give me Broncos -7. Kyle, let's get off to Schneid with you here.
Yep.
Let's get your first win.
So mine is going to be, my best bet's going to be the Bears. And last week I faded the Bears in my best bet. This
Well,
week
we don't
I'm
know what you
on
did
the
with
Bears.
it.
But, show it to me twice in a row, and I think that they will against this Raiders team, and that's why I got them as my
So
best
are
bet.
the Raiders going to win by 1?
No.
You're taking the 1.5.
Bears. Bears money line.
Okay. And I'm going to go to the same game for mine. I had success with a total the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I won with the over in
Yeah.
the Lions game. I'm going back to that game, and the Bears-Raiders over is my best bet. It's going to get loose.
Very
Hey, I
loose.
heard that somewhere. Oh, Sunday on your show.
Did Kyle stole that from you?
He stole it.
Did he
Swiped
credit
it.
you?
Swiped it.
I don't know. Did you credit me?
I pressed the repost button
We'll have to pull
on,
did you-
on my brain.
Did you say anything like, like?
What do you want, an MLA annotated bibliography? What is this, the
No,
friggin'...
I copyrighted that. You owe me.
Ah,
Give me
That's how I said it.
Give me a little something right here.
That's how I said
You
it.
guys are going to hate the producer pick this week. You're just going to hate it. It's a prop.
Ugh.
Oh.
It's a running back prop. It's a running back prop on receiving yards.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Trey Benson over 21.5 receiving yards
Yeah, I don't.
for the Cardinals.
Check down
Connor's
City.
out for the year.
Which producer?
That's a Jack
Because
pick.
usually- that's not Jack.
Jack, who made
That's
this
not
pick?
Jack. That's not Jack.
Collective effort, he
Yeah,
says.
but I don't. No, but Jack didn't come up with it. So whoever came up with it, you're
This
not
seems-
allowed.
I wouldn't.
Look, if Kyler Murray plays smart, that's very much in play.
It feels like a sports line play to me.
It's-
Maybe he was getting into Stephen O's data upstairs.
McKenzie got her,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. McKenzie
I don't like.
whispered into
I
his
think we
ear.
should not have props on this. That's good. We should change that rule. Come
No
up with
props
it.
allowed?
No props.
So even if he wins, you're going to put the kibosh on it?
Okay.
Doesn't count?
Okay.
All right, those are your best bets. Our first prop of the year. Trey Benson over 21.5 receiving yards. For the Cardinals, who are playing the Seahawks this week, that is in Arizona, and they are slight underdogs, are the hometown Cards.
Don't tell other people around here that James Conner's out for the year. We don't want to see any.
NFL Week 4 best bets recap. Bears over Raiders. I feel like that game is gonna be really close. I'm gonna take the Raiders. Yeah, Bears 1.5. Dang. You're making me want to say the Bears, bro. Shit. I'm gonna go. I'm judging off the week 1 highlights. Help me. I'm going to go with Raiders. Broncos versus Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like these are gonna be good games. Like these matchups are like shit. Like I mean, I'll be biting my nails. What the heck? I'm gonna say Raiders. Raiders minus 1.5. Raiders minus 1.5. Cincinnati Bengals minus 1.5. And Trey Benson over 21.5 record yards. I like that.
Anything on that?
Just keep poking the bear, don't you? Just keep... All right. That's it for picks for week 4. We're already almost a month into the season.
Wow.
I feel good about it again this week. So
That's good.
He 2 11-win weeks already.
But I had a 5-11.
Just hang with me, guys. You know we're going to be making the comeback
Roller
soon.
coaster.
Back. I'm a roller
Roller
coaster.
coaster.
Just
All
like
right.
less like in real life, right? I'm up and down and up and down. Or am I
Well,
usually-
mostly you're just down because you're 5'1". But
No, I was 5'6" once upon a time, but I shrunk. I'm probably down to 5'5" with old age.
Get us out of here.
all right, for Pete Prisco and Kyle Long, I'm Chris Hassel. Thanks for watching.
They got some good games in week 4. Got some